Well, hello everyone and welcome back. And what's on tap for today? Well, we've got another great reaction video. This time it's Lauren Boebert, one of our favorite congresswomen, an America First candidate, Trump supporter, and she is questioning the Human Health Secretary, Xavier Becerra, on, can you please describe for us what is a man? And can you also describe for us, what do you mean by a birthing person? Let's get to that video in just the next few seconds. But if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. Like, share, and follow us. Let us know in your comments below what you think. Hit that notification bell. Let's get to the video right now.
And thank you, Secretary Becerra. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you coming before the committee. To start off, as a Secretary of Health and Human Services, can you define for this committee what is a man?
You're looking at one.
Oh, I love that answer right back. He's right. Xavier Becerra, Spanish guy, or, has that ethnicity of, Latino or Hispanic or whatever. And he says, you're looking at one, baby.
Great. So you are a man. I like that. Can you tell me, can men get pregnant?
Unless you know something I don't, I think the answer is pretty obvious.
What is that answer, sir?
I'm asking you, is there something you know that I don't know that would say that a man...
Well, I'm asking what you know. Can men get pregnant?
I'm not aware of it.
Okay. Well, Mr. Secretary, materials coming from your department, you've referred to mothers as birthing persons, replacing that title with...
Are mothers not persons?
Mothers are persons, but it seems to be more inclusive.
Are mothers not persons? Of course they're persons. This guy, again, the verbal diarrhea that comes out of these woke social justice warriors that have been put in charge of these high-profile secretarial cabinet positions is absolutely unbelievable. Again, parsing words, just can't come right out and say, he says he's a man, but he's answering questions, okay, like a wimp.
Like you're trying to include another gender in that.
I'm all about inclusion, Congresswoman.
There you go. Well, just as a mother of 4 boys, I'm not necessarily offended at that. I am a person, but it's just unscientific and absurd.
How so?
To include men in that. If you're going to be inclusive, if you're going to be inclusive in birthing persons, yes.
Well, but it seems to me that you're trying to define the term.
Reclaiming my time. Can men get pregnant? So then we don't need to include them in this. Mothers are mothers. Moving forward, Mr. Secretary, I want to read for you from a document from your office, the Office of Population Affairs. It says in here, and I quote, gender-affirming care encompasses many facets of healthcare needs and support. It has been shown to increase positive outcomes for transgender and non-binary children. Mr. Secretary, what is a transgender child?
A child in America is a child in America, and I hope you and I can love that child just as much as...
Can you define what a transgender child is?
That's a child in America, and it's an American citizen child who needs the services and love just the way any other child does.
Mr. Secretary, do you believe that a child is capable of making life-altering decisions to maim themselves?
So let me just say to you that I don't agree with your premise, but what I will say to you is children know much about themselves, and with the help of their...
Do you believe that children are capable of making the decision to self-mutilate?
Again, I don't necessarily accept the premise of your question.
Mr. Secretary, I mean, you have gender-affirming care for young people, so this is something that you have looked over...
I don't equate gender-affirming care to mutilation. So if that's where you're going, then you're not going to get the answer you want.
This guy's a freaking idiot. A freaking idiot. To say that gender-affirming care doesn't involve mutilation, what does it mean when you chop off? What does it mean when you go and you surgically remove your breasts? What does it mean when you go and you surgically, remove your penis? What does it mean when you surgically do things to your body? Facial plastic surgery. Any surgery that removes organs, that removes appendages, that removes body parts. You're telling me that's not mutilation? This guy's a whack job nutcase. Another one of those people that I said, they're just the acronym SIMR applies it's so apropos to these guys. SIMR. These guys are stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded. They are woke. They're fighting for social justice warriors. They want to get everybody inclusive into everything. This guy won't even sit back there because he doesn't want the blowback to occur. To basically go back and then face the cameras, face the media mafia cartels, face the LGBTQIA, MOUSE. You know, he doesn't want to face that crowd and say, what the hell did you do when you were at that hearing? What the hell were you talking about? How did you paint yourself into a corner? These guys are absolute, okay? They should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not because they just want power. They just want the votes. They just want anything that goes. Doesn't matter if you hurt or harm people or harm children. As long as we get power, as long as we get to put our policies forward, hey, good enough for us.
So, Mr. Secretary here, can you tell me if there have been mastectomies, penectomies, or hysterectomies on children?
Well,
And have taxpayers funded that?
so I could probably use the help of my wife, who's an OBGYN, who could talk more, or maybe Dr. Burgess could help us out here.
For gender-affirming care, to be included in that?
I'm sorry, pose the question one more time, please.
In this gender-affirming care, Mr. Secretary, have there been tax dollars put forward to fund mastectomies, penectomies, and hysterectomies for sex reassignment purposes for minors with gender dysphoria?
So Americans are entitled to receive healthcare services. If they are entitled to receive any of the services that you just mentioned, then it would be against the law for us to try to deny them that care.
So for the record, you favor HHS's funding being able for sex reassignment, for surgeries on minors.
I will do everything I can to defend any American, including children, whether or not they fit the categories you have mentioned or not. And if they talk about gender-affirming care, I am there to protect the rights of any American.
Mr. Secretary, I want to turn to a different document. Your office released this gender-affirming care is trauma-informed care. In this document, you clearly state that gender-affirming care includes puberty blockers, hormones, and surgeries for minor children. You go on to assure parents that there is no scientifically sound reason to doubt hormones and surgeries are helpful to minor children. You also discuss.
I just have to stop this thing here. He's basically saying that there are studies and things that are showing, and he's basically pleading with the parents, hey, guess what? You know what? Giving puberty blockers, giving medicines, giving hormonal replacement therapies, surgical removal of appendages, there's nothing out there that will absolutely harm your child whatsoever. This is easy peasy, quick and breezy. This is what this moron, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, is basically saying that it is okay for children, minors, to mutilate themselves. We don't even allow, you can't even be 18 until you get a beer, 21 until you can actually go get a drink, can't get a package of cigarettes for 18, can't get tattoos. Oh, but you know what? Go ahead and have some surgery to remove appendages from your body or add appendages to your body. That's perfectly fine. You can't take any kind of drugs, can't take any marijuana, can't do anything like that, right? But you know what? Puberty blockers that aren't even assigned for that purpose. Oh, let's just take drugs that are off-label and give them to you for puberty blocking. That's perfectly fine.
Discuss this in a document that the potential for removing children from their parents is on the table if they're not providing gender-affirming care. Mr. Secretary, do you think that parents who believe in two genders only should have their children removed from them?
Secretary, Mr. Secretary, you can answer or respond in writing. Her time is expired.
I can respond very quickly. Congresswoman, I believe in supporting and protecting transgender youth. I believe that they, along with their parents and their caregivers, will make the best decisions. And I would really urge that politicians like you stay out of their business.
Politicians like her? What about politicians like you? You're the Health and Human Secretary's secretary. You're the Secretary of the Health and Human Services. I'm so freaking perturbed right now, okay? I can't even get the words out of my mouth. This guy has the audacity, the temerity, the noib, okay, to tell Lauren Boebert for politicians to stay out of it. You stay out of it, damn it. You stay out of it with your damn policies that are there that are actually ruining the lives of children. This is unbelievable. This guy is just, this is what, oh my goodness. These guys, okay, they put forth policies that are harming our children. They don't give a damn.
I would urge that children get to stay with their parents.
The woman's time has expired. The committee
Mr. Chairman, may I please have unanimous?
This is, I think I've said everything I need to say, and I've got to control myself over here. I know you guys are jumping out of your seat, and if you're not jumping out of your seat while listening to this video or listening to this crapola that, Xavier Becerra, okay, I'm a man, whoop-de-doo. And it's, so you know what? That's right. It's on the table that if parents don't go along with their children's wishes, that they want to have sex reassignment surgery, they want to mutilate their bodies, that you're going to take the children out of the parents' homes. What are we living in Nazi Germany right now? These guys are absolutely intercoursing nuts. And yes, I said intercoursing. Figure it out. These guys are absolutely nuts. Siding on to give children rights that we don't give them for anything else because they haven't reached the age of maturity. But for this decision, life-altering, they're mature enough to make a decision that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. But every other thing, they can't. Unbelievable, folks. Unfreaking believable. Anyways, we thank you for watching this video. I love Lauren Boebert and all the other people in Congress that put these guys in the hot seat, but still they go back there and they still have their policies that harm American citizens, harm American children, harm American families, and these people like Becerra and others in positions of power at cabinet level positions, at bureaucratic, government level positions, they continue to pass policies that harm American families, American workers, American children every single freaking day. And we need to do something to counteract that by making sure that those policies don't get put forward. All right. Anyways, listen, you've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. Like, share, and follow. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I will leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.